Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
Be one-on-one.
Okay, I'm recording now. I think I need to like debate you on this a little bit. An 8 out of 10 for Mass.
Yeah.
How'd you get that? Or what does 8 out of 10 mean to you? And then tell me why you gave it that grade.
Because it's a new concept for one to me. I've never seen a movie like this, in the sense of two families coming together after their kids kill each other.
I can show you Roman Polanski, who made a movie years ago. You may not like Roman Polanski, but he made a movie years ago.
What?
I think it's called Little Children.
Okay.
Am I tripping?
Same premise?
No, not exactly. Let's see.
What's the premise?
No, it isn't wrong.
I didn't see it. So it's the idea of two families facing each other after their kids killed each other. Well, one of them killed and the other one's child. And the four parents are in there facing each other, and they feel the issue of like, yeah, I'm so mad at you for what your kid did, but I'm not really mad at you because I know that it's not really your fault what's happening in someone else's head, as in the murderer's head. Parents, like, but they're frustrated and the whole idea is no one wants to have that sit down and talk, and like there's no grievance on both sides either, because it's a murder and you don't know why the person murdered them.
I thought it was called Little Children. I guess it was called Carnage. Two pairs of parents hold a cordial meeting after their sons are involved in a fight. Though as their time together progresses, increasingly childish behavior throws the discussion into chaos, which is a little bit of a different take, and it's obviously not about school shootings.
Was it Polanski?
Yes, it was Polanski.
Okay. Oh, and what's
Carnage?
that comedian? What's that comedian's name right there? The one...
John C. Reilly.
Yeah, him. Yeah, okay. I never saw it.
Oh.
Jodie Foster and... What's her name?
Kate Winslet. It's not the only one.
Okay.
But like, as far as... It's a conversational piece, right? And the way they're revealing... Which I'm like, it wasn't that clever to me. It's kind of like straightforward. Like,
I like the way they...
Good.
And I like the way they brought God into it, obviously, in the sense that, like, in Jesus, and the whole idea of, like, this is the cost you do when you actually murder someone. Whether you like it, like, even if it was a justified murder, this is the damage that's done from any kind of murder. And this is just like, it makes you think about it. Even if it's like, let's say you had every absolute reason to justify it, there's still all these other people that are going to be damaged from it. And it makes you really look at it. And just like,
yeah, I'm ready.
And you don't look at murder like you do in the rest of the movies. You look at murder like it's actually a bad fucking thing. It's a sad thing. All the other kind of movies out there are like, yep, murdered him, got him out of the way, justified to do it. Keep bad guys versus good guys. Evil, good. All that stuff's in there.
In school shooting movies?
This is aftermath of...
In school shooting movies? No.
No. I'm not talking about school shooting movies.
Okay, because this was a school shooting movie, just so you know.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about school shooting movies in any sense.
So then you're not talking about this movie?
No, I am talking about this movie.
I'm confused on.
Yeah, because you weren't listening.
I saw trope after trope after trope that you would call like leftist narratives are all in this movie. I don't know how you didn't see that.
3 or 4.
To me, I call them just cliche. Like this is a cliche.
But that
thing.
wasn't what I was talking
There's
about
no
at
real
all, right
There's no
then.
real resolution even to the topic at hand. It's kind of like an empty answer they give us.
Okay, what do you? An answer? An answer to murder?
Yeah, I would hope the filmmaker would have a perspective other than just saying
What's the answer to murder?
Holy shit. Once again, this movie's about mass shootings. That is the main topic. You may think
No,
like,
it isn't.
No, it's about murder. Like, no, the main topic is mass
No,
shootings.
it isn't.
Holy fuck.
It's about
What
the
is brought up
aftermath.
what is brought up
It's
during
the-
what is
it's
brought
about
up
the
during holy shit. What is brought up during mass shootings? The idea of gun control. Guns themselves. The parents. Who are the fucking parents?
Yeah, that was a trope that was in there, but it wasn't. There was like 3 or 4 tropes in there. Call of Duty did this. Video games did this.
Those are the topics brought up after a mass shooting.
Yeah, but that was
What music was he
touched
listening
on.
to?
I was touched on.
Was he
for a
bullied?
second.
Was he bullied or not? Those are all topics that are brought up after mass shootings. It's about
Yeah.
that, Dubster.
No, it isn't.
Holy.
It touched on those things. Sure. I didn't like that about the movie. That's why it's not a 9 or a 10 out of 10. That's why I put it at an 8.
It's clearly about mass shootings.
No,
And hoping
it's
people
about
can forgive each other and
That's
empathize
not-
with each other. That was,
No,
I think, the
it's
hopeful message for the movie. But go
no.
ahead.
The message from the movie is the aftermath of murder. Just flat out murder. It fucks up everyone around you in all kinds of different ways.
Something tells me that if the son of the one parent, right, just strictly murdered that kid and that kid only, this movie would be completely different.
It
Completely.
would still be if 4 parents, 2 for the dead person, and well, in this case it was murder suicide. So if it was just murder suicide, it would, and these 4 parents came together to like express this difficulties of facing each other, how this is in the movie.
The one of the main
The point would still
things
be
is that there is no reason for
everyone
it.
is
That's
hurt.
why.
Everyone is hurt from murder.
Sure, but one of the main reasons why they're so hurt is that they have no reason for it. They don't understand why.
Even
Right.
if they had reason for
They were
it.
asking questions about
If you made
pathology
this,
or
if you made
psychopathy.
exactly this
Holy.
with reason behind the murder, everyone would still be hurt from it.
Sure, but it wouldn't
And-
be the movie
and
anymore. It'd be something completely
In
different.
other movies,
Is he trolling me? Go
in
ahead.
other
Go.
movies, they do not express this like this. It's revenge if it's a movie. It's just justifying it, and you had to get yours. It's not like the facing the fact that people are damaged from this on every which way. That's why this is actually a great movie. It's not the greatest, but it's up there.
The
It's
human
good.
cost of mass shootings.
The human cost of murder, period, not mass shootings.
That's been in movies forever and ever. What are
No,
you
it
talking
isn't.
about?
It's
The
not.
cost of murder is not in movies. Is he trolling me? You're
it's-
trolling me.
It's about the justifications in movies
What justifications?
of why that person was murdered. Why are they fighting? Why are they going after each other? Why are we following the action-packed thing anyway? Because someone did wrong. We have to avenge it.
Are you talking about Stallone movies or are you talking about movies?
I'm talking about movies
Oh
in
my
general,
God.
for the most part.
You've missed too many movies then. Holy man. Even if you go to
Court
the action
cases.
genre, what the fuck do you think The Dark Knight's about? in regards to
Court
murder.
Court case movies. They're about pursuing the justice. It's not about the fact that everybody's damaged on every way. They might show a mom of the murderer
Runaway Jerry.
in the
Already did it.
background
Already happened.
crying.
Keep going. Time to Kill. Keep going.
Yeah.
These movies are
It's a
about
close
that.
one,
The human cost.
but
They're there.
What?
Sorry, they're there. The human cost of these things. Yes,
Yeah,
and
it
actually
shows
in
a
Runaway
woman
Jerry,
crying.
it was actually a mass shooting in that movie.
Runaway Jury.
John Cusack, Rachel Weisz,
The
what's his name?
the jury movie. Okay.
It's a court case, right? And it's also about
Right.
shootings.
Yeah.
Well, a particular shooting.
Yeah. And it might show a woman crying in the stands of the courtroom.
What? What?
That's about as much as it touches
What?
on it.
Holy shit. If you've seen these movies, forgive me for even letting him go this long without nuking him somehow. They should nuke him. Like, stop it. These things have existed already. This movie was about mass shootings in particular. It's not about murder. It's about mass shootings in particular. The parents don't understand why did my son have to die? Oh, well, our kid was damaged. He was bullied. He was whatever the fuck. They go through all the tropes of what we hear about mass shootings. Someone was bullied, or their parents abused them. They brought that up too in this movie about parental abuse. He was just lonely. He was depressed. They brought up biological thing like, oh, his brain is damaged, or his frontal cortex, whatever the fuck, didn't develop the right way. They brought up every single argument that is brought up to mass shootings. The name of the fucking movie is Mass. You were actually
the tropes of mass shootings.
I have a cold, and you're breaking me out of it. You're freaking me out so much. How do you not see this? You're freaking me out, Dubster. What else do they need to fucking do? Holy.
I agree. They brought up the tropes about mass shootings in this movie.
Because it was about mass shootings.
To you.
To the movie.
Have you never heard art is for the eye of the beholder?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, sure.
He's trolling me. Yes, the movie Mass is about one-on-one basketball. True statement. Come on, man. It's about mass shootings. It's about going over the narratives of mass shootings, and their big reveal was about a mass shooting. It's all pointing towards that, and they want to have a conversation about. Like, I respect the artists for trying to have a conversation about it. Maybe through make-believe characters, but they're trying to portray something and give it to the audience and say, here's a conversation about this particular topic.
I'm saying the bigger point to me of this movie, my personal way of looking at this is it's more about the fact that if you murder anyone for any reason, there is someone else you're hurting besides just the person you're murdering, including your own family.
Sure. And that's part of it. But I think it was less about murder and more of their idea of senseless murder, which doesn't make sense to me, but I think it makes sense to the creators of this. To where the idea of senseless is attached to, well, they're doing it for kind of no reason, or no reason that makes sense. Like if Johnny was getting picked on by Billy every day and his lunch money was getting stolen and he killed him, guess what? The parents of the shooter wouldn't be looking the way they were in this movie. Where they were like, fuck, we didn't know, we were trying, like we couldn't figure it out. We knew something was wrong, but we didn't know it was this wrong. We would have never believed he would have did that. They would have been like, well, guess what your son was doing? It would have been a back and forth. Look what your son was doing to my kid. I understand why he did it. This movie would take on whole new dynamics, in my opinion. And this is why the narratives of the mass shooting idea and all that shit is why Stuckman put it up there as number one. That's his reason, in my opinion. Because
A bully got murdered by the person they were bullying, and the parents were back and forth with each other. The parents would be different
we don't know the kid as a
characters.
bully. He was just one of 11 in the movie.
I know.
They didn't say
I know.
bully.
I'm not saying. I'm talking about if they changed it like you just said.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
If the parents would be different characters altogether, and
I believe so.
there would be back and forth. No, your kid got. There'd be vengeance. Vengeance was part of why he got murdered. Yeah, that would absolutely be part of it. But it would still be 4 parents devastated about their own kid, at least, and torn up about this whole incident even happening.
Yes, but it would take on a completely different tone. I don't think
Correct.
I don't think the idea of forgiveness would be. I mean, maybe it could be that someone have to
It
write
could
it
be.
in. It could be,
Or-
but at the
or it
same
could-
time, like it'd be less. It'd be like you could see how the parents are a lot more like forgiving of each other, and even in the early parts of the movie, and there isn't really like a
They
big
don't
escalation.
understand. The fact that they don't understand why this happened. Yeah. That's what made this movie this movie.
Yeah, but they kind of went. All right, whatever. Like for me, at least, I think it's so straightforward with tropes, stereotypes, the concept of mass shooters, and the questions you ask, which I think is still beautiful to see in film. I'm not like this movie should have never been made. Like I'm the opposite of that. I think this movie should be made and talked about and discussed amongst people for the topic at hand. But at the same time, they didn't really, to me, it feels like I didn't hear exactly the creator's perspective, other than hey, maybe we're both victims. Us as parents, we're both victims. The shooter and the victim. We're all victims of this scenario. It's hard to raise kids, so thus blah 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 blah. Like, okay, but that's kind of like for me like a non-answer. Maybe I'm harsh about it, but like that's like a non-answer to me. It is what it is.
I like the non-answer to it because you it's not like they were bad parents in the sense of like just trash parents 100% of the way. No, they were bad parents in the sense of dad works a lot and
yeah,
mom just missed some cues, and then she revealed at the end that the kid lost his shit on her too.
yeah. So
And it's not like it was a broken family issue. It was like a nuclear family kind of, and this shit still happened.
they threw every single concept, trope, excuse, reason about mass shoot. They threw it all into one giant package.
Yeah.
They threw it all in there. So it's like, okay. I mean, I didn't learn anything new about like what questions maybe could be asked or what could possibly happen in regards to these mass shooters. I didn't really learn anything about that. Like these ideas have been, at least in my own mind, gone over already. They're just reiterating it, maybe making it more blatant for people to see, to where it's like right in front of our face. Maybe it'll have an impact that way. But for a movie, this is not touching new ground as far as these ideas.
It's touching new ground in the sense of the aftermath.
We watched a horror movie about it, like, well, maybe not with the parents, but the kids themselves. Like, you guys bullied us, you spit on us every day. Like, we watched this random horror movie that's going over the same topic, just from the kids' perspective instead of the parents. I'm sure
Well, that was
there's
the different
more
perspective.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, maybe there's more parent ideas of it. Maybe we have to look for them.
I think you rank it.
What?
What do you think you rank this?
For me, probably like a 7.1 out of 10. 7.1. Like I respect the attempt to bring the conversation up, but filmmaking wise, like come on, we've been here already. Seems like we've been here already, but yeah, you know. Sorry, it is what it is. All right. There's our review of this movie, Mass 2021. Chris Stuckman's #1 movie of that year.
Stuckman recommendation
Fucking hell.
checked off.
Yeah.
Feed the fifth. Turning the frogs gay.
But I just want to say this: Chris Stuckman had The Batman and what's it called, Top Gun Maverick, both ahead of Everything Everywhere All at Once. He had those two movies ahead of that movie, and my God, that freaks me out. That's scary, man. That's a fucking horror movie to me. But it is what it is. Enjoy Chris Stuckman, people.